you this very quick tutorial on how to cut this simple circle dress with a rope at the neck. So this is how you're going to do it. So first thing you're going to do is to fold your fabric into two. For me, you can use about 2.5 yards of fabric folded into two. So I've already folded mine, as you can see. So the next thing you're going to do is to fold it this way, right? Just like how you normally cut a circle dress. And then after folding it this way, you're going to go ahead and start inserting your measurements. So guys, the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and insert my measurement, and the measurement you're going to put in here is the top part of your shoulder, right? So guys, you're going to measure from one side of your armpit to the other side, and then you're going to go ahead, whatever you get. For me, I got 15 inches divided by 2 is going to be 14. I'm going to come in here and insert that 14 inches here. So I'm going to find where that will fit in with some room left. So I'm going to mark it somewhere here on this line here. So I'm going to mark a straight line here, and on this line I'm going to insert the measurement I got, which is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, right? I'm going to mark that here, and then on this same line I'm also going to come down here and insert my come down, because remember you still have to insert your armhole. So the armhole I'm working with is about 20 inches round, divided by 2 is going to be 10. And remember, this top is going to come down a little bit, so I'm going to imagine that this top is going to come down by 5 inches. So that means my armhole is going to mark down up to here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that here, connect it this way, and then the next thing I'm going to do now is to use this line now to insert my bust measurement divided by 4. So my bust measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches, 1 inch of seam allowance and 1 inch of ease. So my bust is 42, divided by 4 is 10.5, plus extra 2 is going to be 12.5. So somewhere here. And then on this same line now, so the next thing I'm going to do is to come up here and mark 1.5. This is going to be the casing for my rope. So go up here and mark 1.5 all the way through. So this is going to be the casing for where I'm going to pass that rope at the top. So after that, now the next thing you have to do is just to place your tape, because remember this is still going to have ruffle at the end. So you're just going to place your tape and you're going to measure what you want the length of the dress to be before the ruffle. So my ruffle is going to be about 5 inches, and I want the dress to be, the main body of the dress to be 27. So remember, this is still my line for my dress. So from this line now, I'm going to just measure out place my tape, and then I'm going to measure out that 27 on the dots, and I'm going to keep moving it and marking the 27 line like this all the way to the end. But remember to leave half an inch at the end here, so that you can use the half an inch to join your the ruffle at the end to the body of this dress. So guys, you see how I marked mine from this line here all the way to 27.5, which is the half an inch for joining. This is the 0.5. I want it to be 27 on the dot, but remember this top part here is still going to be folded for my casing, and then the half an inch here is going to be my seam allowance to join together at the end. So like this is how I placed it, to it 27.5, 27.5 all the way to this end here. So that's how I marked it out. So now all you have to do is to go ahead, start here, cut this line out, cut it down this way, cut out your armhole, and then blend it. Let's say that you mark your armhole and it's somewhere here, like it doesn't reach to the end like mine. You can just blend the line down this way, right? Blend the line down this way. But mine is almost the same width as the fabric, so I don't have to cut it like that way. So all you have to do is start this way, cut out your casing, come down, cut out your armhole, follow your line, cut down this way, and then cut all the way like this. So guys, I've cut out mine. So now I came down from the armhole like 10 inches, and then marked this here, and then I gave it 6 inches room for the pocket. So I'm going to just go ahead and notch this angle here, and also notch this one. So I also went ahead and cut out bias and strap for the casing here. So the first thing I'm going to do now is, you see I've already cut out the lining I'm going to use for my pocket. So I'm going to attach this lining, and then I will also fold this strap so that I can be able to pass it here. But before you do that, you need to use bias to finish up this armhole. So I'm going to do that first. So guys, this is how you're going to use the, so as you can see, I've done the bias for this one, and then I also flip the casing. So to do the bias here, all you have to do is just to cut out fabric that is about 1.5 inch of width, and then you're going to join it this way, cut out the excess, and then you're going to flip it like this and sew it down. So that's basically how you're going to do the bias. And then for the pocket, all you have to do is to take out what you're using. This is what I'm using for mine. It's about 14 inches of width and about 9 inches of length. So what I'm going to do now is just to take it here, attach it to one side. As you can see, this is my notch from here to here, but I'm going to start it 1 inch above that notch, this first notch here, sew it down on this layer, right, like this, and then I'm also going to take it and sew it down on this layer. So once you do that, once you sew it down like that, guys, remember it's half an inch that we left 1 inch for seam allowance, so you're going to use that half an inch to join this on the two sides. This is going to be my pocket. So now once I pull it out this way, and then I'm finished with my bias for the neckline, all I have to do is just to go down this way, sew it down, reach to where my notch is, which is here, and then I'm going to top stitch it several times, come down again to where this notch is, the second notch is, top stitch it several times, and then sew it close. And then I'm going to go back in and close here, and then go back in and close here. So once you open it up, your hand will pass through your pocket between this space here, which is open. So guys, after that, you go ahead from the pieces left. I cut out what I'm going to use for the end of my ruffle. Just cut as much as you will need, maybe 2.5 times the opening you have at the end of your cloth. So that's going to be your width, and then the length I'm using here is just like 6 inches. So that but whatever you're using, remember to add 1.5, so that when you fold the end with 1 inch, you can still have like half an inch to join the part here to the ruffle. So if you decide to use 5 inch, you want to be left with 5 inches of ruffle, add 1.5 to it. So you're going to cut out 6.5 inches of length. So it depends on you. Remember, when you measure yourself for the length of your dress, then you also add the length you want your ruffle to be. So whatever the length is, remember that this here also has a strap that is going to go up to 4 or 5 inches, depending on how you want to extend the strap that is going to pass through this top part here. So guys, now I'm going to go ahead now and then attach this ruffle to the end of this here all the way around, and then I'm going to make my strap to pass through this opening. Here I've finished it. As you can see, this is what it looks like, and this is the pocket on the two sides here. There's one here, and then there's another one here. So that's basically it. Look at this one here, the same. It also has 2 pockets by the side, and this is what it looks like. And then this other one too. And then this is like something very easy that you can make in less than like maybe 20 minutes. You finish making it. Another thing you can do is, once you wear it, if you don't want to tie it on one side of your shoulder and let it drape, just measure out. Once you wear it, you measure out the amount that you need, and then you just stitch it together and cut off the excess. Then turn it around and tuck in the seam that you made inside, so that it won't be on your shoulder. Like, if you figure out that this is how much you need on this side too, you just go ahead and stitch it together this way, and then you pull it inside of this here so that it will be in the casing, and then you cut off the excess. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.